Shocking. A celebration that looked completely harmless suddenly exploded into one of the hottest basketball debates on the internet, and nobody expected a short party clip to spark a war involving LeBron James, Jason Whitlock, and four-time NBA champion Ron Harper. What began as a relaxed moment in Ohio quickly transformed into a massive social media battlefield where opinions collided, reputations were questioned, and one former champion decided he had heard enough. The story unfolded at incredible speed, leaving basketball fans wondering how an ordinary gathering could become the center of another emotional argument surrounding one of the most discussed athletes in sports history. LeBron James was simply enjoying time with family and friends during an Ohio celebration when video from the event began circulating online. The atmosphere looked joyful, people were smiling, music filled the background, and there appeared to be nothing controversial about the footage itself. But the internet rarely leaves a quiet moment untouched, and before long the clip landed in front of commentator Jason Whitlock, whose reaction immediately shifted the conversation in an entirely different direction. Instead of treating the video as a personal celebration, Whitlock attached his own interpretation to what viewers were watching. His comments quickly gained traction because they hinted at criticism beyond the party itself, creating what many fans viewed as another indirect shot at LeBron James. Within hours, debate flooded social media as supporters and critics rushed into the conversation from every direction. Some defended Whitlock's freedom to express his opinion, while others believed he was searching for controversy where none existed. The discussion became increasingly heated, but the biggest twist was still waiting in the shadows. Out of nowhere, Ron Harper entered the conversation, and his response completely changed the tone. Harper is not known for jumping into every online argument, which made his words carry even more weight when he finally decided to speak. As someone who captured multiple NBA championships and experienced the pressure of elite competition firsthand, his perspective immediately attracted attention from fans across the basketball world. Instead of choosing a diplomatic path, Harper addressed Whitlock directly with a message that left very little room for interpretation. His response was short, sharp, and emotionally charged, making it clear that he believed the criticism had crossed a line. The phrase that instantly spread everywhere was simple but powerful: "Stop hating." Those two words ignited another wave of reactions across every major platform. Supporters applauded Harper for defending a fellow NBA legend against what they viewed as unnecessary negativity. Critics argued that public figures should always expect scrutiny regardless of the situation. Neutral observers simply watched as the debate grew larger by the minute. What made Harper's response especially significant was the timing. Instead of allowing the discussion to continue without challenge, he stepped in while emotions were already running high, forcing thousands of basketball fans to reconsider the original conversation. Suddenly, the focus shifted away from the party clip itself and toward a much bigger question. Why does every ordinary moment involving LeBron James eventually become another headline? That question opened the door to years of accumulated history between LeBron's supporters and his loudest critics. Every interview, every social media post, every family appearance, and every public celebration often becomes part of a larger narrative that extends far beyond basketball. For many fans, the Ohio gathering represented nothing more than a private moment shared publicly through modern technology. For others, it became another opportunity to analyze LeBron's image, influence, and legacy from every possible angle. The disagreement reflected something much deeper than one viral video. It exposed how polarized basketball conversations have become in today's digital world. Every clip is dissected, every photograph becomes evidence, every comment sparks another endless cycle of arguments that stretches across podcasts, television shows, live streams, and social media timelines. The emotional investment surrounding LeBron James remains unlike almost any other athlete of his generation. As Harper's statement continued spreading, countless fans revisited Whitlock's remarks to understand exactly what triggered such a direct response. Some concluded Harper simply grew tired of seeing constant criticism aimed at LeBron regardless of the situation. Others believed the response represented growing frustration among former players who feel media narratives often overshadow the human side of professional athletes. Meanwhile, engagement numbers exploded as basketball communities debated every possible interpretation. Reaction videos appeared almost instantly. Podcast discussions multiplied. Comment sections filled with thousands of opinions, each claiming to reveal the real reason behind Harper's frustration. Yet beneath all the noise remained one undeniable fact. A casual celebration had evolved into one of the week's biggest NBA talking points without a single basketball being dribbled. That alone demonstrated how influential LeBron James remains even away from the court. Every public appearance carries enormous attention, and every surrounding opinion generates another wave of discussion. But what happened next shocked everyone even more. As additional voices from the basketball community began weighing in, entirely new questions started emerging about respect between former players, sports media personalities, and the responsibilities that come with massive public platforms. The conversation was no longer limited to one viral clip. It was becoming a debate about the culture of basketball coverage itself. And just when it seemed the argument had reached its peak, another unexpected layer started to surface, setting the stage for an even bigger confrontation that nobody saw coming. From that point forward, the conversation became less about a single viral video and more about the growing divide between former NBA players, media personalities, and fans who interpret every headline differently. Ron Harper's response continued to spread because many people believed his message reflected frustration that had been building for years rather than reacting to only one incident. Others argued that public figures naturally invite criticism and that debate is part of modern sports culture. Regardless of which side people supported, one thing became impossible to ignore. A simple celebration had evolved into a nationwide discussion about respect, perception, and the way basketball stories are covered today. As more fans revisited the original clip, many questioned whether the controversy truly came from the footage itself or from the opinions attached to it afterward. That distinction became the center of countless online discussions. Some viewers insisted the video showed nothing unusual, while others focused entirely on the commentary that followed instead of the event itself. The difference in those perspectives revealed just how powerful narratives can become once social media takes control of the conversation. Within hours, reactions had spread across multiple platforms, creating thousands of competing interpretations without changing the actual footage everyone was watching. Another interesting development soon appeared. Basketball fans started discussing whether legendary former players should become more vocal whenever they believe criticism crosses the line. Harper's decision to publicly defend LeBron encouraged many supporters to praise former athletes who are willing to speak from personal experience rather than simply observe from the sidelines. Others believed every commentator has the right to express opinions, even unpopular ones, because disagreement has always been part of sports media. That debate itself quickly became another trending topic. The situation also reminded fans how unique LeBron James's career has been. Few athletes generate worldwide attention during both games and personal moments away from competition. Every appearance, every interview, and every public event often attracts millions of views before discussions even begin. That level of visibility creates enormous interest, but also guarantees constant scrutiny from supporters and critics alike. As emotions gradually settled, the biggest takeaway became clearer. The viral clip never changed, but the public conversation around it continued evolving as different voices entered the debate. Harper's statement became one of the defining moments because it shifted attention toward the tone of the criticism rather than the celebration itself. Whether fans agreed with him or not, his response ensured that the discussion expanded far beyond a single social media post. In the end, no official confrontation followed, and LeBron himself did not escalate the situation publicly. Instead, the story became another example of how quickly modern sports conversations can grow from a few seconds of video into days of nonstop debate. Every opinion generated another reaction. Every reaction inspired another headline, and the cycle continued exactly as today's digital landscape often does. Looking back, the entire episode demonstrated that basketball is no longer discussed only through scores, championships, or statistics. Personal moments, media commentary, and social media reactions now shape public perception just as much as performances on the court. That reality continues to influence how fans experience the game and how every major figure in the NBA is viewed around the world. Whether you side with Ron Harper's defense, Jason Whitlock's commentary, or simply believe the celebration should have remained just that, a celebration, the discussion proves one undeniable fact. The spotlight surrounding LeBron James remains as powerful as ever, capable of turning even the smallest moment into one of basketball's biggest conversations. And with every new headline, the next debate is always just around the corner. What do you think? Was Ron Harper right to call out the criticism, or do you believe sports commentators should be free to express tough opinions about public figures? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next major NBA story. As the online discussion gradually cooled, the lasting impact of the episode became easier to understand. What started with a short party clip ultimately turned into a wider conversation about how quickly social media can reshape the meaning of ordinary moments. The original footage never changed, but the public reaction evolved with every new opinion that entered the discussion. That pattern has become increasingly common in today's sports world, where commentary often travels faster than the event itself. Former players, media personalities, and fans all bring different perspectives, and those perspectives frequently collide in ways that generate even more attention than the original story. Ron Harper's response highlighted the importance many former athletes place on respecting players beyond their on-court accomplishments, while Jason Whitlock's comments reflected the role that opinion-driven sports media continues to play in shaping public debate. Meanwhile, LeBron James remained the central figure simply because of the extraordinary level of attention that follows nearly everything connected to his career. Whether someone views this episode as an example of unnecessary criticism or simply another sports media debate, it demonstrates how influential modern digital platforms have become in driving basketball conversations. Stories now unfold in real time, with millions of fans adding their own interpretations within minutes. That creates passionate discussions, but it also reminds viewers to separate verified facts from personal opinions before reaching conclusions. As new NBA headlines continue to emerge, debates like this are likely to remain part of the landscape. The biggest takeaway is not necessarily who won the argument, but how one brief viral moment sparked a much broader discussion about media, athletes, and fan culture. If you found this breakdown informative, let us know your perspective in the comments. Do you think moments like these receive too much attention, or are they simply part of today's non-stop sports conversation? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and enable notifications so you never miss future NBA news and analysis.